Hi everyone, I'm Monica. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to build an AI chat assistant for my fictional coffee brand, Cloud. From one single prompt, no coding, a visitor is going to my landing page and type "what coffee for my pullover." It will recommend a specific drink from my actual menu in the brand voice I set up with a subscription upsell built in. But I hit a wall getting here. Tip number 3 is the one most people don't know about until it stopped them completely. So stick around. By the end of this video, you will know everything I wish someone had told me before I started. If you find this useful, hit like or drop a comment. It encouraged me to build more content and share it here with the community. Let's get started. Tip number 1, don't describe all your product in one prompt. Give Claude the files directly. I have a brand voice doc and I have some other docs, so I went to that specific location and then typed in my prompt to build a page for Cloud to create a chat assistant with the recommended coffee based on taste and the brew method. And here are my brand voice file, here are other files. Claude would read all the files when they are creating the instructions. So those prompts gives all the reference that your actual product is, so that your tone was being told and then you don't need to worry about all of that. Then number 2, Claude creates files, but nothing gets open yet. As you see it on the screen, this is what I got when I first run the build: a server file, a requirement file, a landing page over there, instructions for how to run everything. It looks like everything is done from this point, but it wasn't. Seeing the files appear is step 1, not the finish line. And there is one more step between Claude built it and it actually works. Right there, as you can see in the terminal, it says that I need to open the landing page index.html in the browser. Here comes the basics number 3. You need something called an API key, and this is the one that stops most people. When I open the page in my browser, I clicked the chat bubble and I typed a message, French press, how do I get a coffee recommendation? And then I got an error message saying that the connection is not there yet. The reason is very simple. The chatbot that I built needed a permission to talk to an AI model. That permission is called an API key. If you're not technical or not using APIs, you don't really need to go through a 30 minutes or an hour tutorial. I can just tell you what an API key is. Think about it like a gym membership card. The gym would be your AI model, and the code that you're written right now is you. So trying to get into the door of the AI model requires you to have that membership card, which is your key. And without that card, you're not gonna get through no matter what you type in your code. You can get an API key by creating an account with the provider. I see that in the code, it leaves a placeholder that says put your key here. So you're going to go in to get the key and then you fill it in. No key, no connection, and that's it. And here is basic number 4. The first API you try may not be the right one. I grabbed an Anthropic API key first. That made sense because I was already in Claude. However, when I looked at the pricing, it wasn't cheap enough for that testing purposes. I wanted something more budget friendly before I committed. So I went back to Claude and I asked, is there a cheaper API available? It recommended Google's Gemini API, which is significantly cheaper than Anthropic for a small project like this. As you see, different providers have very different pricing. It is worth asking Claude what fits your budget before you go set anything up. Claude can compare them and give you suggestions right away, so just ask. The basic number 5, changing to a different provider is one prompt away. In the past, if I wanted to switch API key using a different provider, it's going to take some time for me to refactoring my code. But right now, once I had what I need, once I know what I wanted to do, I could just go in to create a different API key. In this case, I'm going to Google AI Studio. It requires you to create a project or use your default project and then just create a key from there. Once you have that key, just copy the key and go back to Claude and prompt in, say, redo this using the Gemini key instead of the Anthropic key. So it's a lot faster than what I had to do in the past. And right here, you see the Gemini API keys being asked. Claude has updated the files automatically. You just need to paste that new gym membership right there to where your key is. Tip number 6. When you paste some of the commands that you saw from Claude, and whenever you're getting some of the errors, like I'm seeing right there, command not found, -H or -D, don't try to figure it out yourself. I mean, you certainly can, right? In the past, if we see an error, you would have to Google that and figure out why. But in this case, just paste that into Claude and ask Claude to help you diagnose. And right there, I can see that it runs back saying that I was running this as separate commands while I actually needed to run that as a single line. So all I needed to do is to paste that right back in, and you see that I am still getting some of these other errors, so I'm pasting that back again. So there is some back and forth copy and paste, but I can guarantee that it is still going to stop you from trying to Google that, figuring it out. And in the past, you would have to maybe ask your developer friend or asking someone to troubleshoot it for you. So where I see Claude really helping non-developers is to get you over to the server is working stage by help you to troubleshoot and testing all of that. Tip number 7 is to test the chat bubble in your actual browser, not in terminal. So once you see that the server is running, test it from the actual page, right? You're going to see that in the page, I am typing what coffee for my pour over or what flavor that I liked. I wanted to see what the customer would see. So that's not really a generic response that I get. I wanted to see that my chatbot would respond back to what is in my actual menu for my brand voice, and I wanted to see the way that a visitor would see. If you made it this far, definitely click on the link in the video description and check out my lab guide with the instructions as well as the prompts that I've used to build this AI assistant, and try it out yourself. For a limited time, this lab guide is free. You just need to put in $0 when you check it out. Don't forget to drop a comment when you try to build that on your own, or if you hit any questions, put it in the comment as well. The faster you start to get your hands dirty, the faster it will click. See you in the next video. Have a good one.